cheers to episode 151.
Cheers.
Evan. I have tea. It's a positive tea, sweet tangerine.
Because Grant's always sick. I have water.
My
I'm
throat's
never
hanging on
sick.
by a thread.
I have natural light.
Why?
Why? I figured I need a drink. And I'm
No.
banking on not having school tomorrow, so.
Why natural light?
Yeah, that's the buzz around town.
It's super cheap, and it's a light beer, so they kind of all taste the same.
College beer drinking is back.
You go to...
Busch Light is out. Natty in.
Bud Light back. I had a Bud Light at Ford Field. So good.
Aluminum bottle?
Grant.
No,
Oh.
I mean, listen, Bud Light tastes fine, but
it's back. People got mad at it. We're going to look
Alex,
back
you
on
need to try
history and be like,
Natural
that
Light.
was stupid.
Natural light, man.
I know we're a political show. Did you guys see DeSantis dropped out of the Republican primary?
Did it really that
I did
fast?
see that. I did see that.
Yep, it's Nikki
lost to
Haley versus
Iowa?
Donald Trump.
He lost to Iowa and said F it? Did he lose New Hampshire, too?
Who's Nikki Haley?
New Hampshire is today or tomorrow or this week.
Nikki
Got it.
Heaton, the singer.
Nikki Haley is a feisty Republican lady that
Wow.
honestly I think the country should get behind.
What's the latest on Bernie Sanders?
This is a Republican primary, Grant.
All right. Welcome into your favorite sports, Michigan sports all around podcast. An amazing night, an amazing week in Michigan. Currently right now, it's Monday, January 22nd, 2024. It's 7:17 p.m. in Metro Detroit, where I'm at. It's 7:17 p.m. in Southeast Michigan, where
What is
Evan's
this
at.
intro?
And it's 6:18
Supposed
p.m.
to give the
where
weather.
Alex is at in Texas. It's a storm is brewing in Michigan. I'm not sure about Texas. No one really
It's been
cares
raining
about their
all
weather.
day. So,
Okay. And on 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday,
Go Lions.
Evan.
Oh.
and Wyatt. And happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Wyatt.
Wyatt.
And Hunter, even though it's not your birthday, you might as well get all the brothers.
And go Lions. The best year of football continues. You couldn't script it.
For some people.
For everybody. I think now
Well,
everybody.
No. I don't think so.
Everybody. That's what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about our life. Mine's going to be quick. I'll be honest. I don't have much. I just want to talk ball
don't
with the
have much
boys.
either. I really don't have much.
Grant, I think we should stop doing the preview of the shows and let people just be shell-shocked of what they hear.
I don't know. Don't you like to tease the people a little bit? Get
No,
all
because they
riled
can just
up?
look at the timestamps if they want to.
Well, we're going to talk about the Lions
Oh,
versus
so
the
you're still going to
Bucs.
do it.
We're going to talk about our emotions, what it was like at Ford Field, what it was like watching from all over the country, the ups and the downs, the plays of the game. We're going to talk about the NFL playoffs this time, Alex, because there's some good storylines, some great
Oh.
storylines. Here's a tease. I have a good comparison I'm thinking of between Josh Allen and another famous sports figure, and I think they are on parallel careers. So stay tuned for that. No guessing. Then we're going to talk about Lions versus San Fran. Normally, what do we say? Not a preview show, but we know our opponent and is the biggest Lions game of our entire life. We're going to dive into the matchup a little bit. And then if we have time, which I think we might, we will quickly hit the news topics of the latest for Jim Harbaugh. An interesting headline I saw about Tom Izzo that I'm curious your guys' thoughts on. And the surge
I read this.
of the Red Wings.
I read your thing yesterday, and I couldn't find it. I had no idea what it was. And I was like, I need a text. I need to find out what it is. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get surprised tomorrow.
I think it's just something about Tom Izzo saying he's not retiring. Yeah.
That was it. That was it.
It's a nothing article, but we'll get to it.
It's just noteworthy that the best college coach in the history of the state of Michigan is just letting it be known he is not retiring this offseason. I thought that was notable.
The
I was like,
reason,
okay.
because Nick Saban retired, someone asked, are you going to retire?
Mhm.
He did
So
like
it's
a whole
good to-
CBS exclusive thing.
I did see that he said he threw Coach K underneath the bus.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
he won't be doing a farewell tour.
Yeah, that's the only thing I saw.
Yeah. All right. So we
Jay
already
Wright
checked
style.
one item off the list. Perfect.
Boom,
Checked.
done.
That was it. Going through the headlines. All right, let's get into our weeks. Alex, you please. Alex, you start us off.
Have to work.
Such a long pause.
Okay. Monday, didn't work. Martin Luther King Day. Tuesday,
Typical.
work from home. Icy.
Typical.
Wednesday,
Vacation.
didn't even. I don't think I did anything. I worked.
Personal day.
Did not go to the gym Wednesday because that was the only day I didn't go. Fun fact.
Naughty.
Wow, sick brag.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. 6 days a week.
Thursday,
Deal.
I ate
Flex
Chipotle.
force.
Friday.
You thought
I feel
about it.
silly goofy tonight.
Okay. Friday, what did I do? I watched Grant and Marissa called me like 4 times. For whatever
Checking
reason.
in, see how you're doing.
Twice.
I was going to, Evan, watch The Greatest Showman because I still have not seen it.
No.
Wish we rewrite the stars.
And then
I
Grant
got
and Marissa
never
endorsed it.
I got into a rabbit hole on TikTok with The Greatest Showman the other day. Like I'm saying, I watched one video and then like you watch it just go into a huge rabbit hole.
The
like
For
the
You
search
page.
bar. You just keep on searching on the bottom. Like it gives you like a search. And I like next thing I know, it's like an hour in. Like an hour just flew by in my life, and I was that deep into TikTok. I was like, "Holy!"
Didn't end up watching it. Well, I was in a football kind of mood, so I watched the Barry Sanders documentary. And then I watched the Jason Kelsey documentary after that. So I watched 2 football documentaries Friday night. So I'm a loser. Didn't drink. Did not drink this week. I'm still drink free since January 9th. Shout out me.
I am drink free since Sunday, January 21st.
Not bad. Not bad.
Nice.
I've been drink free since the last 6 minutes.
Actually,
Nice.
I-
24 hours drink free.
That's since today.
I mean, you're
actually.
drinking
Never
right
mind.
now.
I said, Grant.
Oh,
I'm not giving that up. Why would I give this up?
listen. I don't know why I'm giving it up. We're just trying it out. I'll probably relapse this week if we're being honest.
Like it's hard drugs. Relapse.
I'll be drinking alcohol this week, probably Thursday. Anyways,
Mm-mm.
Date
night.
Saturday.
That's a yes.
What did I do Saturday?
The silence was deafening there.
Yeah, it was. I
Saturday.
could feel it.
He's New Year's resolution, 6 dates this year. He's getting on it.
He's already down to
true.
one every 2 months.
Yeah, just one every other month. All I got to do. Saturday,
Skip February,
I
trust me.
watched football. A grocery shopped. Evan's favorite pastime.
Football.
Where do you grocery shop?
Walmart.
Wally World.
Classic Wolverine.
I actually hate it.
Holy World. I've never heard of that.
Was gonna buy ice cream. Ended up buying a bunch of peanut M&Ms and Sour Patch Kids. So I need to chill.
Dude,
Been
so
eating.
funny, Alex. So funny that you bought that. Okay, so already had a bag.
Same bag. No.
No way.
You have 2 bags? That's a different bag? Oh my God.
Just
Give those
love
out to some of
peanut
your
M&Ms.
kids.
Dude, they're so good. You know what's even
They are.
better than that?
Oh wow.
Oh, trolleys.
You forget how
All right.
good they are.
I've
Hot
been
take.
a bad kid.
The best M&Ms are the peanut butter ones with the red bag.
Those are good. But I feel like the
They're
peanut
solid.
ones,
Those
I
are
can
very good.
justify that they're okay
Grant,
for me
you know what? I can
because they're
stand behind your statement because that's my go-to movie snack. Is peanut butter
Nice.
M&Ms.
I do like those in the theater. I just love peanut M&Ms. Either peanut butter or peanut. Both just great. Oh. Yeah, I didn't do anything this week, if you guys can't tell. So I have nothing. I was trying to like find a way to make it sound interesting. There's nothing there. There's nothing
You don't
there.
have to force it. We still love you.
I didn't do anything. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Evan,
Oh,
birthday
loser.
boy.
like Alex, I barely worked this week.
Whoa, dude! No
Whoa.
one said I barely worked. You literally didn't work.
I did. I have another job, Alex. I actually had 2 other jobs that I worked. But my main job, school was off all week. Monday was built-in holiday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, snowstorm, too cold, ice, all of that mixture.
So it was the actual whole week. The whole week.
Yep, just kept on going, rolling it in.
A dream, an absolute dream.
Whole week.
Wow.
Evan, you are not supporting this country like Grant and I did this week.
Correct. I still went to my other 2 jobs, Alex. Had basketball, won 2 games this week.
So basketball was fine, but you couldn't go to school. What a joke.
Yourself just around the community right now. Don't get it started on Facebook, please.
Joke.
Oh, God, Alex, touchy subject on the Facebook. Don't do it.
I think you should get into the desperate or Real Housewives to come see and voice your opinion.
People are lucky I don't have social media
Nosy
anymore.
Asses neighborhood or whatever. Please do it. That was a hot topic. At one point, there was people just ridiculing people of not having jobs, basically, and
probably
and basically telling people that you shouldn't live in the country, you shouldn't live outside of the city limits, otherwise that's what you get. It was hot in the street.
I'm not sure that makes a lot of sense.
Drawing lines in the sand.
Yeah. Oh, if you want to
what
entertain
should be
yourself
happening
tonight,
is wearing
just read
jackets
Facebook
and go to school.
I got so bored after Tuesday and Wednesday was off that I wanted to go to work on Thursday and Friday. I was actually pissed that we didn't go to school on Friday.
I know you sent a text because he sent a text. He said, "I'll be working till July 4th."
Wait, question, Evan. Did you take advantage of this to get through your movie and show list, or did you waste an opportunity?
I 100% wasted an opportunity.
What did you do? You just watched The Greatest Showman TikToks all day.
No, I had a game on. So I actually had my other job. I went to the gym, and then I would have practice right around noon. If not practice, I had a game. So we won on Tuesday, won on Thursday. Varsity played on Friday. So Tuesday and Friday were taken up.
I see through this. There was a
You spit on my floor, dude.
No, that makes sense. So that makes sense.
Actually trying a new flavor of Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Oh.
Dude, this
First
is actually
ever
the
time.
shittiest week of all time. You could have done so much and you did nothing.
I did it. I got one down.
No, it sounds like an enjoyable.
I actually am technically even on the year because I eliminated one. I watched Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman. Watched that, but I added to the list too. I saw a TikTok movie.
So you were sitting there watching TikToks, adding to your list instead of just watching something on the list.
Correct.
Do you not have the attention span for movies anymore?
No, I just I'm not a sit down and watch like a movie during the middle of the day kind of guy. I just I don't want to break up. I want to sit down and watch it. Like I don't want to pause the movie and okay, now I have to go get ready for the rest of my day.
Evan, you didn't have anything to do on a couple of these days.
I slept in, took a bunch of naps. I mean, I still
took a bunch of naps. Just watch a movie, and if you fall asleep during it, you fall asleep.
No, I don't like doing that. I don't like splitting up my movie. I want to sit down and watch it.
You should have taped your eyes open and watched movies for 24 hours one day. Just made them sleep the next day.
I've watched Cody do that.
All right, here we go, Alex. I'll promise you this. If I don't have school tomorrow,
something that you can't promise.
No, I will keep it. If I don't have school tomorrow, I will eliminate something off my list.
Yes.
What?
Whatever movie that intrigues me.
TBD.
But what I was going to say is I tried a new Ben and Jerry's flavor. That was the highlight of my week. It's called caramel chocolate cheesecake.
Sounds great.
Okay, so it's basically like Oreo ice cream with caramel, but it has built-in small cheesecake bites in the ice cream. Not like the graham cracker crust, the actual cheesecake chunks. Holy cow, is it satisfying. Did I eat the whole thing in one sitting? Absolutely.
Yes. Full pint, the way God intended.
Yes. That was my highlight. And I got to coach travel basketball on Saturday, fill-in role. Had to step in. And I was 2 points away from winning $151 on a 6-leg parlay.
You were betting on youth travel basketball?
I was betting on college basketball, but that happened on the same day on Saturday.
Okay. I was like, wait a second. What's going on here?
Princeton gave up a layup with 5 seconds left in the game that blew my $151.
You know what they say
Damn.
about parlays?
Oh, you should just straight bet it. Look how much money you could have won.
Correct.
Exactly. And then you had a ref on Sunday?
I don't see you. I refed on Sunday. Was a little bit late to the Lions game.
You don't see me.
Battled and built through a migraine all day on Sunday and was just like not feeling well. But I watched the entire Lions game. But basically, like, half the game with one eye open because like the right side of my head just extremely was.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. So it like
Sounds
hurt
bad.
to watch the TV because I could not like take in light. So I just watched with one eye, my right eye closed because like every time I get migraines it's in the same spot and it's just right down through the right side of my face.
Oof. I was picturing you reffing with like YouTube TV or like streaming it, and you're just not even watching the game. You're reffing, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm out that way."
Evan does not have YouTube TV because there was when Michigan State played Illinois in basketball. Evan was using an illegal stream. I don't know if that should be cut or not.
Who cares? Everyone
he
does
was
it.
like
Any college
15
basketball
minutes
game?
behind me during the game.
Grant, I was 4 minutes behind.
I was texting, and then like 5 full minutes later, I see Evan's reactions to things that I had already seen like a long time ago. And I was like, Evan,
didn't think I was that
how
far
are you
behind
watching the
because-
game?
Because I jumped into the stream
It's like
and
4
it was like the
possessions
game. It was the
behind.
game before. It was like the Michigan Maryland game, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm on pace."
You were not on pace. There's a guy in Penn State named Chop Robinson that's a projected first-round pick.
Yeah, he's an edge rusher.
Yeah, did you ever watch football?
Did you watch
not really.
the
Michigan
Did
State
you
was
cheer for Penn State
ass.
earlier this year?
You watched the
Yes.
Michigan State-Michigan game, and he had like a sack at least in it.
The
He blew
Michigan
up J.J.
State
McCarthy.
Michigan game.
No, the Michigan-Penn State game.
You said
I'm pretty sure you
State.
watched it. I
Alex,
meant
you were
Michigan.
At
I did
the
watch
Penn
it.
State, Michigan State game.
Yeah, and I can honestly, safely say I don't remember any of that game. Anyways, Grant, what was your boring week? Because Evan and I really topped the charts this week of exciting weeks.
Yeah, I don't have the care to really get into detail just because it's all about football right now. But tried a new sushi place on Friday. Pretty good.
Sushi.
Oh, I did that
What
Friday
rolls did you
too.
get?
I didn't actually. So it is a sushi and seafood place. I didn't get a roll. That's not my preferred. If they have like intriguing hot plates, I normally get that. So we got a lot of food. We got like a spicy tofu soup, which was good. I was starting to get a little bit of a cold, so I wanted something to clear me out. So I went with that.
Sick.
What my meal was like yoki soba. So like these thin noodles and chicken and peppers and onion, and some cabbage. It was very good. I had leftovers the day after. Solid. And then watched Dark Knight for the first time. Well, Marissa's for the first time.
It's,
I said that to you guys.
That kind of upset me when I read that text message. When I looked at that snap.
Honestly,
upset.
I expected nothing less.
Girls just have a different set of
I get that, and I understand that,
must-have
but
movies
still, like
that
one
they
of the
see.
it's like one of the best action movies of our generation. Basically,
So many like deep philosophical points that were made in that movie too that I didn't appreciate when I was younger in high school watching it. I was more into it for the explosions and whatnot. But this time around, it was more like, oh, like you kind of see the different dynamics at play of what the Joker really cares about, what they're trying to do to Harvey Dent, what Batman stands for, all that good stuff.
Great
like
film.
some people watch that to like honor like Heath Ledger since that's like his best performance.
I said to Marissa, he literally died for that role. She didn't
He
even have
did.
any respect for it. Unreal.
I'm not sure she
it's actually his
grasped
anniversary
the
of his death
magnitude.
today,
He literally
Wow.
died from
and it's
playing
Joe
the Joker.
Paterno's anniversary for his death today.
Do we support Joe Pa? He was kind of a
No.
bad guy.
Just kind of no name. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Schembechler.
Yo.
Joe Pa was before my time too, so I really don't have an appreciation for what he did
Why would
On the
you
field.
appreciate what he did?
on the field. On the field. Saturday just did some chores since I knew I'd be busy Sunday. Did some meal prep. Watched some college hoops for about an hour. Took a big nap, an hour and a half.
Dude,
nap
what is
during
up
the
with you
day.
guys napping so much?
Sat in a sauna.
There's nothing wrong with resting your body. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with it.
Agreed.
Your body's
but
tired.
like, Evan, you take long naps.
Hour and a half, full sleep cycle.
I lay down. Whatever time I wake up, dude, I wake up.
All right,
If
so
I really like am a tight crunch, I will set multiple alarms. Like, okay, Evan, you have to wake up at least at this time. But if I have nothing to do, I'm taking a nap in the afternoon. Nothing else.
do you wake up refreshed though? Like, I don't think so.
Yeah, because usually I wake up and go eat, so I'm super happy.
If I sleep for a full sleep cycle, yeah. If I sleep only like 45 minutes, no.
I don't see why you're against this.
I'm not against it if it worked for me, but when I take a nap, I wake up more tired than I was.
Are you sleeping
You're just
for an
not
hour and a
sleeping
half?
good enough. You're just not sleeping good
I
enough.
took a nap Friday, and
Okay.
I
So you're
think
the
it
same as us.
was for an hour and a half at least, probably. I woke up exhausted, and I didn't want to get up. I was like, it was like 6 p.m. I'm like, I'm just going to sleep until tomorrow.
I
got
so
up,
good at- Like if I'm
but-
tired, I can sit down. I can fall asleep anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel refreshed from naps. I don't get it.
You're just a hater because you're just jealous of how good we have it.
I'm
Yeah.
jealous of your ability to take it. I wish I could
he's
take
retired,
a 15-minute
We're
nap.
jealous of him.
Yes.
Oh, please.
I had never, not a big sauna guy, didn't have a lot of access to them, but our apartment has one in its gym. So I went and sat in that to try to get my sickness under control before Sunday. It helped. Full sweat after about a half hour. So that felt good. And then did a
Fun
light
facts.
workout.
My parents
so I
want to
didn't
build a
get bullied by
sauna in
the
their
group.
house.
Ooh,
Where?
that's a
In
goal.
the basement?
I like that.
Probably be good for my mother's back.
I
Probably.
That'd be
understand
sweet.
that.
I would love to do that. And a little cold plunge outside too. That's the life.
They're talking hot tub, but
Nah, no. Hot
They're not
tubs
gonna
make
do
me
that.
want to. Hot tubs almost make you more dizzy than a sauna because it's way more moisture.
man, I love a good hot tub.
Dizzy? I don't get dizzy easily, so
Yes, you do, Evan. You have migraines.
does it make me dizzy?
I feel like a migraine would make you dizzy.
My vision sometimes
never
goes
had
blurry.
one, so I don't
That's
know.
all.
Blurry
all the
vision
migraines I get,
is
I've only
dizzy in
had.
my head.
Yeah, I've only gotten blurry vision twice. The first one, and then an extreme one that I had a migraine for 3 days.
Wow.
Terrible.
All the other ones, I don't get like blurry visions. I don't get dizzy. I've only passed out, like gone like blacked out from a migraine once.
Your mom
Got
took
off
you to
the
the
bathroom.
hospital.
I went to Ann Arbor the next day.
Smart. Got you checked out.
That was during the 3
How long were
day.
you out for?
I hit my head on the doorknob in my bathroom and then woke up laying on the floor like 5 seconds later.
Wow.
Not laughing at the fact that
We're happy he's okay.
it's just
He's
the
not laughing
vision.
at me. He's laughing with me, supposedly.
It's the visual of you like plopping your face onto a door handle.
I went
Exactly.
sideways. I was just standing up. Just got done using the bathroom.
I remember when it happened. You told me
and
about it. Like,
boom, just fell out sideways. And,
He
like
was just trying to get a quick nap
my
in.
vision's going blurry. Like I felt the doorknob hit my
Evan's
head.
not
and then
kidding,
I'm-
dude.
Oh.
He can fall asleep anywhere.
I can't.
Damn. All right. So that's for the weekly check-ins. Before we get into Lions talk, please, if you haven't, subscribe on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube right now, please click the subscribe button. Send it to a friend. Also,
Oh my gosh, I forgot something.
new podcast logo. I got tired of our current one. It's not like that different. It's still the same shot class, but I changed the background to make it look a little bit cooler. So if anyone sees that on your apps, I don't think it updates on Apple. I think it only updates on Spotify and YouTube and all our social platforms, but it's just like a little tie-dye behind it. I was like, I want to change this up. But it's I want to find a different one where the lime isn't so big, but I can't find the file that I originally made with it. So the lime's going to stay that big. It's just massive. It's just a massive lime.
You have to redo it, Grant. You just have to completely redo it.
Why don't? I mean, it wouldn't take very long.
It might. That initial one took a lot. There's a lot of layers in that because all the text had to be put on in all
but
of
that's
them.
when you
People
were-
that would do this for. We know people that do this for a living. All you have to do is just ask them,
It's true. It's true.
and they would take like 5 minutes to do it, while we would sit there and struggle for like an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah. This is when I have to conquer my control freak tendencies, which I battle every day, both at work and in my personal life, as Alex can attest to the control of the remote.
I have no comment on the situation.
Now, Lions football. They
NFL
did it.
talk.
Lions first, then rest of your thoughts. Give the fans what they want first. They want Lions.
Mike McDonald's going to be head coach.
Where to start? Where to start in this game? What are your guys' takeaways? If you could give the audience your one lingering thought from this game, what would it be?
Alex, I want you to go first because I don't want to take yours. Oh, you took mine.
You could go first, man. I don't have one.
It's selfless of you, Evan. Selfless of you.
One lingering thought is, when, if, how are we ever going to be able to stop the opposing team's number one wide receiver?
So Evans is negative. Wow. Shocker. Shocker.
Your lingering thought. That's you want an answer for all the positives. I have
he's still thinking about next week. I think that's how I take it. He's still thinking about ball and what's going to happen for this team in the future.
What lingering? I don't have a lingering thought. Like I know a bunch of everything I know that's positive. I have answers for it.
My lingering thought is that I feel we took for granted Jared Goff's abilities, and I'm very grateful that he's our quarterback. And I think he should be our quarterback moving forward.
Oh, that just made me.
What?
Okay, so on the way home after
Evan was thinking that we need a new quarterback.
No. That is the complete opposite of what I thought. I was sitting there thinking about the Lions, driving home, and it's freezing cold. And I was like, damn, Jared Goff actually slung the rock around today. Just rip the ball. And then today, in our group chat, somebody's Goff came up or something. Like, last night, Grant, your shirt that you got. No spoilers.
Yeah.
Your shirt that you got. My first instant comment was, dang, it's going to be tough to get rid of that contract just like this shirt. It's the first thing I thought of.
Oh, like he's here to stay? In meaning?
Yeah, just like you're gonna hate the contract just as much as you're gonna hate that shirt later on.
You're gonna hate the contract, Evan. You are, because you think that every player should be free.
Every player isn't worth as much as they deserve. Unless you're Amon-Ra, you deserve it as much as you want. Sewell, you deserve as much as you want. You should cut Hutchinson's contract in half. Oh, who said that, guys?
I appreciate your commitment to the bit.
Grant, what was your lingering thought?
It leans to Goff and Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra. It lingers to them. There's so many things about our team, and really, like every single week, we should probably just come on here and talk about how sick our offensive line is. But that's boring, and that's not what people talk about in sports. So I'll go with Goff and Amon-Ra, because that just the throw at the end to make it 31-17 is just so supplanted in my brain of.
I rewatched that at least 20 times.
It just really is your best is better than their best, and that's all it was. It was a nice little rub route, but the accuracy, the catch, and Amon-Ra, he's not. We had Calvin, so Calvin's in his own tier, but Amon-Ra is easily two that I've ever watched. And I sat there thinking, like, after the game, and I'm just like, where is he stacked, like, league-wide now? I know it's recency bias, and we're just in the moment, and he just keeps delivering, but...
Well, he had a drop. Should talk. He had a drop.
That was crazy. But he also had one of the most disgusting strong hands catches I've ever seen in the first half before that, where
might be a stretch ever seen, but yes, it was a nice catch.
It was insane.
He had a couple of big third down conversions.
He had it, like, out like this and was getting smacked at, and he just, like, kept it out the whole time.
Where's he ranked in the NFL right now?
Like, you got Hill, you have Jefferson, Lamb had an amazing season. Chase is great, but he's been banged up. I mean, but he has to be top 5. He has to be top 5. You just saying 4.
You're putting him up there against like all the like kind of like veteran guys like Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, like those type of guys. That's where he like Cooper
Adams
Kupp. You're basically putting him up there
above that, I would say.
No, Amon-Ra is better than Devontae Adams. Amon-Ra is just he's
Alex, based off of this year, you could say
they're different players.
You could say he's better than Jamar Chase
this season.
Yes.
I
was debating that. I was debating that. Like, if
correct,
I think if we're just talking raw talent, receiver ability, like I don't think he's in that tier of those guys, but he doesn't need to.
Sure,
be.
But I'm into winning football games, and if the Bengals were like, "Hey, we'll give you Chase, give us Amon-Ra," I'm keeping Amon-Ra. I don't want Jamar Chase over him. I want Amon-Ra on my team because I think he's just so reliable. There's a boomer bust. There's a boomer bust to Jamar Chase that I don't want to deal with. Yeah, it's fine to have in like a JMO role, but I want a guy that I can just rely on him to have 8 catches, 80 to 120 yards, like whatever I need.
They're different receivers. Amon-Ra is like a true like slot type of receiver where Chase is
PPR.
Chase is going outside making the big plays, not really like possession receiver. Not even.
He brings that like he
just has a chip on his shoulder. He is literally
the definition. He is still does.
And he blocks. Not a diva at all. Jamar's a diva. He'll beg. He'll say, "I need the ball more."
Well, CD said that too, and then he had one of the greatest seasons for a receiver ever. So, I mean, good players should get the ball in their defense.
Yeah.
It's hard to compare them. They're different. Like, we should just be grateful. Why do we have to put them in a tier? Why do we have to rank them?
Because it's fun to debate.
Because that's just my lingering thought.
Everybody else's player. That's the thing.
I left that game.
Alex, we like to brag that our players are better. That's what we like to do.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to get all that recognition because he plays better with the chip.
He did. He got all pro.
He deserves it.
But
He's
Pro
all
Bowl
pro.
snuff kept him angry.
But one's better than the other.
Football game.
He did.
But he uses that. But all pro means way more.
Can we move to another topic? I have
absolutely.
Yes, but I just want to say that's why I brought him up.
How we're all part of Gibbs gang. We all love that pick.
That's the next topic I would like to talk about.
Oh, go back and check the records. I never hated that pick.
No, that's not what
you and listener Ben and appearance on the show Ben despised the pick.
I was
looking at the text players. Today. I hated where it was at.
I'm not pulling receipts on Jahmyr Gibbs. I was just going to say that personally, I view Gibbs as next season, going into next season, I view him as a top 2 running back in the NFL. Tell me I'm wrong.
If he got the
you guys
top
put
usage,
St. Brown top
if he
5.
got the usage, If he got the usage,
just straight talent skill wise, I think he's like, yes, I do. I think he's top 2 in the NFL.
If we're making the argument for
this is
the sun god,
arguments are fun. So let's do it.
I think just the competition at the top of the RB market's weaker, which is I think easier to get him up there.
There's no Hill in,
but he's
Jefferson.
He's just not I guess he's a weapon. I don't know. Like, what is McCaffrey? McCaffrey's more than a running back, and that's how I view Gibbs. So like they're in a different tier.
1, Gibbs 2. That's it. That's how I view it. Gibbs is Black McCaffrey. I view it the same way.
Okay, buddy. Didn't have to go there.
Well, I mean, that's just a good comparison.
I mean, it's.
I don't see Gibbs scoring 17 touchdowns, and I don't see him scoring in 17 straight games.
Montgomery wasn't on the team. He would score that many touchdowns. He scored
Gibbs got injured.
Gibbs is 12 this year.
Gibbs got injured.
McCaffrey gets injured all the time. What's your point?
He was out for one season. That was it. The durability of McCaffrey is actually unheard of.
I'm just saying Gibbs missed like 1 or 2 games max.
What 4 or 5 games he missed.
No, Evan.
I think if Gibbs got the full workload and he's fully healthy
top
for
2.
a year,
he's the second best running back in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a name, Evan. I'm waiting for a name.
Pure talent-wise, Saquon's better than him still.
I think there's an argument there. Anyone else?
It also depends on like what we're talking about. Like again, if the Giants offered me Saquon for Gibbs, I'm saying out of here. Like I'm not giving up Gibbs.
It's a no for me. I would keep Gibbs.
Yeah, my biggest thing is we have to have the same argument for both players.
Yes, I think I would consider Jamar Chase.
Because you're saying pure talent wise, you said Devontae's still better, but I still think Then you're saying reverse. Now you're only talking about pure talent-wise for this argument.
All right, if we're just talking trading for the other, I would consider trading Amon-Ra for Jamar Chase. I would keep him over Devontae Adams. There you go.
Yeah, because then it involves age and contracts. I mean, it is tough, but like
Gibbs is the only person I would trade Gibbs for would be McCaffrey. And I would even hesitate because Gibbs is younger.
Yeah, I mean, he's better than
You could
Austin
argue,
Eckler.
I mean, Bijan's just as talented, but he was stuck with Arthur Smith.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll keep Gibbs. But yeah,
If you put,
I mean, we all year all we said was Gibbs is Alvin Kamara, and Alvin Kamara was stuck in the Saints offense with Pete Carmichael.
I would.
How do I know Pete Carmichael's name? Because he's the worst offensive coordinator in the NFL.
Well, he got fired, but yes.
if Ben Johnson goes to Atlanta, yeah, Bijan could challenge with like what he'll do with him. So yes,
You guys would trade Gibbs
a little bit.
You guys would. I have to screw this in. I can't. I have no choice.
All right, go ahead.
Mute yourself.
What'd you unscrew? Okay.
He's falling apart in front of my eyes and it's about to collapse. So,
I think Travis Etienne is just really as talented.
Would you trade Gibbs for Etienne? Yes or no?
In my eyes, those two are identical, the same player. In my eyes,
all right, fine.
Bijan and Gibbs are identically the same player.
So you have Gibbs top 4.
It's just so crazy to say that he is that high. That's just the only thing because the track record, I only have 12 games of it.
And I'm giving you the full opportunity to tell me a bunch of people, and you're not because you can't. Because
I am. I just listed off at least like 6 or 7.
You said Bijan.
Jonathan Taylor still extremely talented.
I would
still
not
extremely
take
talented.
Jonathan Taylor over Gibbs. Not even close. I wouldn't even consider that. Wouldn't.
Well, the aspect that I'm hung up on, which is I think maybe a good middle ground, is like you still need a bruiser, which we have Montgomery. So if like, but Gibbs is just so different. I mean, he can go and get you 50 yards receiving, and not a ton of guys that are running backs can do that. So I think he's just a different type of player.
Breaking news!
What is it?
Titans found their next head coach.
Oh, who is it?
Can you guess? Any guesses? Any guesses?
Mike Vrabel.
It's Tommy. Wait. It's Tommy Boy's brother, actually.
Tommy Boy.
What's his last name? Tommy Callahan. Oh, from Callahan Auto. It's Brian Callahan, who was what?
Never heard of
Brian Callahan?
Cincinnati.
Was he where, Alex? Oh, good for you.
Gibbs played 15 games this year, Evan.
Less counting playoffs. That's 2. So
no, he played 17. He played 17 with the playoffs. So you're wrong. Admit it.
So he's missed 2 games
total.
We probably had a bye week there. It seemed like he missed one because he was absent.
Oh, Evan, this is just ridiculous. Stop.
Well, Evan's got to stay on his initial roots of the Gibbs hate. So I see where he's coming from.
Alex, I do think
Aaron Jones
the corner. Aaron Jones looks very sexy.
He had a nice. Yeah, but you want to talk about a guy, Evan, who didn't play the entire year, and so he was fresh as a daisy for 4 games.
That should be mentioned.
Yes.
That is Aaron Jones.
Derek if we could, so it makes me wiggle.
If we could just no.
Why can't I look
no
at position
chance.
breaks? His best is better than everybody else's best, but his low is like very
the Titans would have to give us spot.
Derrick Henry's best. I'm not talking about trade value. I'm just talking about pure running back talent. Derrick Henry's best is better than all the other running backs' best.
Like his peak of his career, you're saying tomorrow.
This is coming from the guy that has a Derrick Henry jersey.
I'm just 100%. Why can't I look at position ranks?
So here's the question. We signed Derrick Henry. We trade for him. He's at his absolute best right now against San Fran. You think that's better than if you took Jahmyr Gibbs' best in the game on Sunday?
Because Derrick Henry's best is 200 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns.
He doesn't have that anymore. He's old. That's why I said it's not his fault.
It is not his
fault. But his best now is not
bearing him into the ground.
If we got
his best now is not better than Gibbs.
If we got a full game of Jahmyr Gibbs' best, it would be groundbreaking.
It would be
if you gave Gibbs 30 touches. He got 13 touches.
What he's doing, Evan, he's doing it with half the touches of the rest of these running backs.
He can handle 30 touches. I honestly don't think he can handle it.
I think
he's not a bruiser.
He runs pretty hard between the tackles.
Okay, running hard and being a bruiser is totally different.
He's not Derrick Henry.
Craig Reynolds ran hard on the goal line.
Evan, I'm not saying he's Derrick Henry.
Like, running hard is not like there's a difference. There's a 100% difference there.
He can run between the tackles, break tackles, run people over, make people miss, catch the football. What else do you need him to do to be top 5, Evan?
Now, see, has he ran over anybody in the middle of the field, or was it all perimeter?
Yeah, in the Chiefs game, it was perimeter, but
I mean, he's ran some. He's stiff armed some people.
Evan,
he's ran some people.
This is the crazy thing about Gibbs is why do you need to run over Antoine Winfield? We can just run by him and stiff arm him at the goal line
and score
touchdowns. He's better. He doesn't have to run people over.
Correct.
He's so versatile. Doesn't need to do that.
He's so good. I just get worked into a lather talking.
I wasn't in between the tackles though, Grant, which Alex is arguing for.
I'm just telling you, he's top 2 in the NFL, and after next year, I wouldn't even be shocked if he was just number 1.
Okay, so if we're all obsessed with fantasy football. So fantasy football, he's going for $100 next year, over $100, and Alex can afford him because he only has $250 left. Oh,
$255.
If I get a notification, an article that says Dan Campbell says that he's now the 1A back, 60% of the touches, yeah, I'll spend that much money on him.
He was like RB 7 this year, and he was splitting carries
on 36% of snaps this weekend, less than 40% of snaps.
Every time he touches the ball, something good happens. Every time.
Why is that why is he only touching the ball 36%? Why is he 36%? Why?
That is a question for the coaching staff, Evan, not us.
That's a good question, Evan. And
I would play him 100%.
I don't know.
Me. I would keep him in the game.
Yeah, I said it all year.
All my best players 100% of the time.
I think there's a loyalty to David Montgomery.
Feel bad.
I think
we paid David Montgomery.
Belief of
Gibbs was that good.
Identity to him, and he still is valuable. I'm just saying I get Gibbs more involved, and that's a little teaser for the San Fran game of other things that we need to worry about. On the Bucs game still. Biggest play of the game, I texted you guys, Goff to Amon-Ra on 3rd and 15 was just a magical play. And then watching it back on TV, how short Amon-Ra was when he caught it and then just muscled over 3 people. So crazy because that led to a touchdown.
Top 5 receiver.
Top 5 receiver. Love clickbait rankings.
I will absolutely say he's a top 5 receiver. All that comes from a guy with a Monra jersey.
Amon-Ra, Derrick Henry super team.
If you like Gibbs pre-draft and we're happy when we drafted him, you'd be saying the same thing about him. With all biases.
Alex, okay. I always liked him. I was a part of Gibbs' gang.
I created Gibbs' gang.
Gang.
You were not in it.
I was on it. I was a founding member of it. I was there.
We're not even close.
I was.
Created it because of you.
I built the foundation for that.
You gave us a lot of motivation.
My little rant, I would say, and takeaways from being at the game was there was some SOL behavior in this game that I was not a fan of from surrounding people. Not anyone that I was in attendance with, surrounding people in our section. There was multiple people at one point in the game when the offense was going through it. I think in the end of the first half was dark in Ford Field.
Do you know how many times we trailed in this game?
0.
Evan.
In my defense, Alex, I didn't see the first quarter. I would assume we didn't trail.
It was 3-0. We scored 5 seconds later. I believe we were down 3-0.
We were down 3-0? I don't think we were. Didn't we get the interception? Did we get off that interception or no?
No.
We never trailed.
Yeah. Either way, my point was the SOL behavior when we were never really losing. Ridiculous.
Yep. Multiple people.
Did you call him out for this?
No, I kept my mouth shut. But I just made mental notes of just, yes, correct. Mentally thought that. Multiple people getting mad at Cam Sutton for getting burnt. And then I looked down our row just to set the standards. He's playing against a Hall of Fame wide receiver. So can we relax a little bit?
A decade in a row of 1,000 yards. A decade.
It's not like
he's not that.
I was like,
good.
if we were,
it's a joke.
Oh, I was just these people, the standard, the crowd, I think in general, just was taking the Bucs too lightly, as evidenced by other things I wrote down. I actually sent the picture in the group chat because I was so pissed off at people in the first drive of the second half for the Bucs sitting down, 8 rows in front of us, people sitting down, just eating their food, not standing up and clapping. Yeah, I was fuming mad, and then I was just yelling louder. And then eventually they all slowly get up on third down, like, oh, I guess we'll yell now. It's like, no, we don't need you in the stadium.
Mike
The other
Tirico
thing
even said it wasn't as loud this week.
No, it wasn't. At times, yes. Like the Derek Barnes pop was probably the loudest moment between the 2 weeks, but the sustained level of loudness was much louder last Sunday. But there was moments in this game where it felt louder at times, but not sustained. There was actually a guy in front of me to my right that was yelling. I don't even know if he was a Lions fan. I think he was wearing a maroon shirt, but he was yelling for the Lions. Like he was cheering on defense early. Like he was taking what Anzalone said to heart. I mean, Baker was like walking to the huddle, and he'd be the first one to start going, oh, and then he'd be like, look. And then he was shaming Lions fans for not yelling. Like he was screaming at people in front of him, saying, "This is your fault. You need to be louder." And I was like, "Oh my god!"
This but you should have done that.
No, I keep my mouth shut. But there was multiple people that, like, one guy legitimately said, like, chirping Ben Johnson of all people, yelling, "You should go to Washington now," like saying that his interviews were the reason we were sucking.
I saw a lot of texts that said that.
Ungrateful. And honestly, then I did make a point.
I would be shocked if that came out of Evan's mouth this weekend.
No, I did not.
When
somebody else I was watching the game with called didn't question Ben Johnson's play calling, just asked his wardrobe. I think it was a wardrobe malfunction of like he was usually wears the pullover black or a black long sleeve. He was wearing a hoodie this week.
Hoodie. Yeah.
Might have thrown him off a little bit until the second half.
And then I made a point that when Brock Wright, 3rd and 1 play, just in his bag.
Rest in peace, Brock Wright.
I just was repeatedly talking out loud, "Don't ever doubt Ben Johnson," just yelling that to the people that had said things, not to their face, just yelling.
I wish you were like just finger pointing at him.
No,
not even looking at the field, just turned around and just finger pointed and said that to him.
I did finger point. I finger pointed at the field. Johnson. I just said that's why you don't doubt Ben Johnson. Multiple times.
Ben Johnson, you should question him one time during the game. That's it. One time.
I would say I certainly had questions when we were on like 2nd and 1. Threw it twice and then put in Craig Reynolds. And then he scored.
On 4th
and I was like, what are we doing? Yeah, I said it multiple times after the game too.
Craig Reynolds in there for a passing down. They weren't expecting the handoff.
I mean, why did we throw it the 2 times before that?
We liked our matchup.
Well, I didn't. Anyways, that was the only time.
Also,
I was like,
Laporta almost died by the goalpost on that 3rd and 1 when he almost got tackled into that thing. That was
handoff.
Scary, so scary. Update on Jinx guy. That guy also pissed me off. I again didn't have time to deal with these losers around me. This I'll never see again. But
so he was back.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Back behind me, and I shit you not, we're up 24-17. And he has the nerve, who doesn't want to upset the football gods, to say, if we make it 31-17, it's over. I wanted to turn around and just be like, in what world are you allowed to say that? But me saying, I think there's blood in the water is too far. This guy is declaring a win if we score.
I thought so too.
He's an idiot.
To be honest.
He's an no. Everyone thought it, but like I'm fine if people say it, but don't be a hypocrite. The week before,
we don't know how to control ourselves when we're winning football. We don't know what to do.
No, and I was upset at the complacency and the cockiness of our fan base. If anything, that they weren't just like there was levels of not grittiness, and potentially he goes, maybe the ticket prices were too high, and all the snooty people could only come in this week, and it wasn't like the diehards that found their way in last week, and maybe that was it.
I do like that take. Most expensive divisional round playoff game of all time.
Yeah,
happened in Detroit, in Michigan.
A lot of Birmingham bitches out there.
And maybe everyone spent their paychecks on the first game and couldn't go to the second one. So I don't know if that's to blame, but good things though. There was no ball calls between the last 2 games, which is sad, but I did have my moment of turnover. The instant the ball was tipped at the line and CJGJ caught it, like it was silent in the air. I just said picked, like just like, oh, it's picked.
Thanks.
Before he even came into the vision.
What about the doink off the upright? You call that one?
Oh, that was cool.
You instantly call it?
That was more
such
just
a camera angle.
Like, yeah.
Such a camera angle for a miss.
It's a great.
Like it was
a great angle.
Good to see it.
You could just
It was
see
like
the ball
hard to
the
see
working.
kicker, so you
Just
instantly
working
like the camera,
towards
the
it.
angle. I always just try to guess which way it's going. That was such two people I was watching the game with instantly said he's hooking this. He's pulling it left. Oh, he did.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield because you get tired just yelling "oh" the whole game. So like Milrow, I dipped into my bag, and the way you say Baker, I just screamed Baker the entire game. The entire game on D.
People around you loved you for sure.
No.
And it would start low and get high. I'd start Baker. That was my scream the entire
Stop.
game on defense.
Stop.
The entire
Do
game.
not ever do that again.
Baker.
Are you going to do this in your, during the Niners game in your living room? Are you going to be screaming? I feel like
No, I was dead silent during the national championship game.
Someone's gonna be screaming.
Marissa's going to be, knocking.
Well, the thing is, you can only do that for certain
I would
names. Like if it was
pay humongous amounts of money to watch you scream Purdy all game in your living room.
no,
It's the whole game on defense. It'd be hilarious.
no, I'm a absolute ball of nerves. So I'll just sit there quietly and just sweat inside.
Okay, we didn't get this far from you being quiet.
If I'm
didn't get
yeah,
this
but if
far
I'm
to
at the
get
game,
this
I'll be
far.
loud.
Well, we'll get the Mario
National
gifs
championship game,
rolling.
Michigan did fine. And I didn't say a word. I just sat there.
Oh, this is in Michigan.
This is equally as big.
It's the biggest game of my
Uh,
life.
What else? It was cool. Oh, shout out Derek Barnes for redeeming himself from the Cowboys game. Alex, you said some mean things about Derek Barnes.
didn't.
Good for him.
I just said he made the worst tackle attempt I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's true. It still is. Did anybody say anything inaccurate? Go watch it. He
No,
runs
good
like
for him.
this.
We would have beat the Cowboys if we made that tackle.
Correct.
That's just completely honest. That's 100%.
And
true.
now
And we would still be in the
he
same
made
game.
made one of the most clutch playoff interceptions in Lions history.
Maybe we would have lost
Yeah,
to the
he's like a
Packers.
Lion for life now, basically. Like you'll remember
Legend.
his name forever.
Derek Barnes. If Mel and Famu clinched in the division, Derek Barnes clinched the division.
Just like we all thought.
That's how I remember those two. Yes,
The
just like
two
we
guys
drew it
that
up
we
in the
definitely
offseason.
thought would be the clinching those type of moments. Yes.
Becca! I was screaming that after he picked it. Just in that moment, I was pretty calm in the second half, just dialed in. But I've never seen a group of just men jump around like little boys when they pick that off. It was just like jumping up and down, like trying to hug anyone around you. Like, oh my god, we did it! Oh my god. Yeah.
Imagine how many grown men are going to cry this weekend. It'd be crazy.
Speaking of cry, the only other funny story as we were leaving, there was a kid probably like 19 years old, maybe like a freshman in college. So really he hasn't gone through like the darkness, I would say, that even we have, but more so like our dads. He FaceTimes his buddy and it's like impossible to hear anything. He goes, bro, I almost cried. Like, what a weird douchey thing to say to your friend. Bro, I might cry. I almost did in there. Shut up.
So good in there.
Yeah, so
Those cheerleaders were definitely looking at me.
But bro, seriously, I might cry this weekend, bro.
seriously, I almost cried. Also, there's a weird gross thing about confetti they don't tell you about. When the confetti falls down and you're leaving, you just see like soaking wet confetti and beer like puddles on the way up the steps, and it's just disgusting. I was like, oh, I feel bad for whoever has to clean that up.
They get paid for their work.
Only there are two things. One, it was cool. I know they showed it on TV, but I saw it happening live, thinking like, what's wrong with Hutchinson when he was standing there soaking it all in. I didn't realize that's what he was doing in the moment. And I know they showed that on TV. And Evan, you probably were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this guy came and saved my city. I love this man for life."
I guarantee
That's
Evan
probably what
was
went through.
so angry watching that. I can guarantee it. And honestly, it was a little corny. Like a Michigan guy or not.
No, dude.
I enjoyed
That's
it,
so
but I
cool.
can see why people would think that it was very corny. Because he was just like,
Grew up
it's just because he looks like
in
Ian Quick,
Dearborn,
dude.
Divine Child.
If he didn't look like Ian Quick, I don't think I would think it's funny.
I mean, what a cool arc for him to
Very
have
cool.
that. And it's not done yet, which is the cool
Evan,
thing. Like he just
Also, in the intros, he said Divine Child. He didn't even say Michigan. So, come on.
I was on the same field as him in high school. I was a coach. He was a player.
really?
Yeah, I was there.
Wow. That's cool. I heard that they weren't good for a while, and he took them
summer
to the...
of 2017. Divine Child is at Tecumseh High School for a football. Like, there's 8 teams there, 6 teams there, scrimmage.
I watched you guys lose to Divine Child in a playoff baseball game.
No, we beat them.
We beat them.
Oh, you won
We
that
lost to
game.
Woodhaven.
We lost to...
I went to the Divine
Touchy
Child
subject,
game.
Alex.
and
Don't bring it
I
up in front of Grant.
Had my
all he could do was throw a
thighs
fastball.
burnt in the stands. Fun fact.
It's hot. Never forget Nick Collins' bomb. Oh, I blacked
One of the
out
greatest
mentally.
high school moments I was ever a part of.
Yep.
Evan, were you
I
up
was
for
in
that?
catcher's gear, and I jumped over the fence. I jumped over the dugout fence.
Weren't you guys
And I was like,
We
oh my
were
God.
juniors.
Oh,
We were juniors.
No, we were juniors.
I don't remember you playing.
Correct, I did.
I only remember Nick Cowan really in that baseball game.
Because he's
That's all-
starting
that's all you
pitcher.
needed to know,
He
really.
pitched and he hit the
was
dinger.
the 3-hole hitter.
Good for him.
I think Phil pitched that. No, well,
I don't know who pitched.
I think Nick came in. I think Phil started that game. We're in the weeds. This is a Lion show. All right, this is something I've seen online, and in the moment, this is a more broader NFL topic. But what is with coaches bowing down in the last minute of play when they have timeouts?
Oh,
I saw
my
talk
dad
about
was
this on Twitter.
mad about it. Why was he mad?
So
I don't know, but he was like,
I just
McCray
Dan
spoke about
admitted
that last night.
Dan admitted today that we were sloppy. He said going back, like we left.
I did rewatch
We
this.
took a knee with 14 seconds left, and I was thinking,
They
like,
could have just
even if they thought, hey, gentlemen's agreement, I'm not calling my timeouts. You could have said, oh, pull the fast one, calling a timeout. Then you have to kick basically a 50-yarder with Badgley, and if they
No, you'd
miss,
punt in that situation.
It was like
You'd
it
punt
wasn't
in
that far.
situation.
it's a 48-yarder. The Bucs fans have done the math because they want their coach fired. They want him fired because he didn't call a timeout. It's 48-yarder. Would have been 36 seconds to go. He misses it. They had the ball, no timeouts, around, I don't
I
know,
would've
the
punted.
30.
I would have punted.
All right. But even then, it's just sloppy. I don't
Well,
understand what's going on.
flip
Play
side
game,
of it
punt.
is that they would have called it after the first knee, and then we would have had the option to like try to get the first down. Like we would have ran it a couple times and wasted clock, and you might have been able to get it down to like 5 seconds. And then they would get the ball, and they'd have to have a miracle trouble with the snap kind of moment, which was never going to happen. Realistically, the Bucs' chance of winning or tying that game, if they did use a timeout, was still like under 1%. So
No, I agree. It's just
they give up.
in the most.
I didn't really realize it in the moment, but my dad texted me. He's like, I cannot believe the Bucs aren't using their timeout. And I was just thinking in my head that their one timeout wasn't enough and that they wouldn't ever get the ball back. But I wasn't like thinking about that. I was just thinking that we won. Goff taking the knee with like 38 seconds left or whatever it was, just like rushing it, knowing they had a timeout was crazy looking back. Could not believe he did that.
It's the old coach. Todd Bowles has been around long. It's kind of like the respect thing.
I'm just thinking if I was in that
Obviously, you never
situation,
know.
I would probably be upset too.
Alex, we're the young
just
guys.
weird.
We're the young coaches. We would have called a timeout. We'd be like, I still have to use it. F it. I'm burning all of these.
Grant took knees against me in NCAA 14 and would call timeouts and do all of that shit in a video game. I cannot imagine what we would do in real life.
You're not there to make friends. You're there to win a game and then shake hands and say, hey, it's just business.
I am
Correct.
surprised.
But same
looking
with
back.
the older coaches that have been in the NFL forever. It's like the respect thing. Okay, you beat us fair and square. I don't need to do anything.
But Jameis went
Yeah,
rover
but
and scored a touchdown like 2 weeks ago. So,
100%. And he's awesome for doing that. It's just, I'm running it up. Well, and okay, so even it's infiltrated the young generation because they're buddies. But LaFleur sat on 2 timeouts, and it was even more of a doomsday situation. Like they really had no chance. But like it's soaping wet, pouring wet. I can't talk. It's soaking wet.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Purdy has had problems with handling the football all game long. And I know, they'll probably need it, but what do you say? I just don't get it. I don't get the gentleman's agreement in a playoff game. If you want to tell me it's week 14 and you're below 500 and you're trying to go for a draft pick, yeah, whatever. I don't care. But it's the playoffs. Why would you just not just use your timeouts? I don't get it. I don't know how you make friends by saving them.
Let me tell you, if we're down next week and they're taking knees and we have timeouts and it's like a 1-possession game, I expect us to be calling timeouts.
Yeah.
Just in case.
There might be the whole injury thing, Grant.
And if I'm Benito Jones, I'm bull rushing the center and trying to blow something up. I am not just like
I don't think, I don't think you're allowed to bull rush the center anymore. I think there's a rule against it, like protecting the center in those situations.
Rule.
I saw in college this year someone tried to take a knee. I think it was a Michigan State player, and he like swiped at the ball when he snapped it. And you're
allowed to swipe, but you can't bull rush him.
He like swiped and hit the ball, but they said he was early or whatever. And I was like, holy shit, you should do that on kneel downs at the end of the game if you're losing. Why not? What's the worst thing that happens? You get a penalty?
And there's the reverse way when teams are trying to spike the ball. You'll see sometimes every now and then a defensive tackle will try to pick it and they'll stick his hands through the center's legs.
I love those. It's hilarious. Big fat man diving for picks.
Couple cool trash talking moments. We had the CJ, GJ, and Baker beef throughout the week, which was certainly a choice by Baker to give into that, but I didn't see it live at all. I knew he picked him off and said, "Oh, here we go," but flipping the interception back to Baker was
right back to him.
So sick and so casual. Like he would never get flagged. He would never get flagged for that because it was so fast.
It was quick.
It wasn't like a big deal. Just boom. Oh my god, that's so cool. And then Amon-Ra, sorry. He did Baker's little touchdown dance after he scored. I didn't recognize that until I saw someone tweeted it. And I was like, that is pretty cool.
Was
this one.
His little dance. Like, we're just trolling Baker left and right.
That's Baker's dance.
Well,
he's the guy
videotaped doing it in Cleveland.
Yeah. I didn't know he had so much anger towards the Bucs. Better bring that same chip against the Niners. An actual football team.
Yeah. Well, great segue, Alex. Do we get into national football talk now?
Yeah, let's talk about the problem that is transpiring in front of our eyes.
What's the weather report for San Francisco?
I have it, Evan. I screenshotted it today because I was looking.
Frick, Grant, you're that fast.
65 and sunny.
It's mind-blowing. No, it's mind-blowing. It is going to be 70 degrees right now, 2-mile-an-hour wind. It is going to be a record-breaking temperature since 1934. It was 69 degrees nice in 1934, and San Fran's going to be the hottest day ever on January 28th.
So perfect weather. Good for Jared.
Which might be sweaty for the boys. Could be nerve-wracking for our hydration. We better come right.
It's
70 grand.
It's going to be peak football weather.
Ford Field is 70 degrees.
Little breeze off the bay. They're more inland now, but...
Anyways, guys.
It's good. It's supposed to be gorgeous.
We're in the national landscape, and that's what we're talking
about.
Can
we move the game to the Rose Bowl? Can we do that?
No. The problem.
Why not?
There's a problem. We have a problem.
Yeah, it's called Christian McCaffrey. That's the problem.
We're talking about the NFL landscape, Evan. Not the Niners game.
Dominating in Hutchinson.
Not previewing right now.
The year of the Harbaugh? Is that the problem?
No, guys, we're not previewing the game.
Oh my God, script is in.
Yeah, the year of the Harbaugh.
No, overrated Lamar Jackson still is.
No, the Packers are going to be really good for years to come. That's what we need to be scared about.
I don't care.
It's not about the playoff, Alex. Who cares?
Division comes to us.
I watched them and I was like,
runs to Detroit.
They're a good team. They should have won that game.
Yeah, they're well coached. Matt LaFleur's well coached.
Their offense is good.
That was more Niners were playing like crap. They are good. I'm not trying to like give them fuel to the fire. Not that anyone listens to this, but we're not trying to give Connor fire, but
they are good.
They're solid.
Alex, you could also
that was more Niners played like crap.
The number one offense the last 7 weeks of the season, and all their players are like 19 years old.
Big picture, both favorites to go to the Super Bowl, 1 seeds. Their core, they're solid guys on the defense, or both of their middle linebackers are like arguably the best players on their team.
What's your point?
Just big picture trends.
It's unconventional in modern day NFL where that position, the middle linebacker position, running backs are kind of the two positions that people don't spend too much money on.
Who are we saying are the favorites? Niners and Ravens?
Baltimore and
Niners and Ravens.
The 1 seeds. I would
presume, running back
and Vegas favorites.
Our linebacker for the Ravens would be your boy,
Roquan,
Georgia boy,
and Queen.
Patrick
Smith.
Queen. I thought the Ravens fans don't even like him.
I don't know. I think they like him. He's pretty good.
Well, those two together have had a hell of a season.
Yeah, no, their defense is good. There's no doubt.
You know why?
Mike McDonald
is the dog.
Head coach of the Atlanta Falcons.
respectfully. CJ Stroud's a dog, but man, does Mike McDonald and the Harbaughs own him in big games so far in his career.
I don't think it was all CJ Stroud's fault. He did his best.
Connor Stallions was there working for the Ravens, so that also helped the Ravens.
The Ravens are just a lot better team than the Texans.
It's also
the Texans
impossible to steal signs when they have the headset. Actually, they won the previous game, Alex.
Yeah, they beat Joe Flacco.
Well,
they won the worst division in football.
So that game happened. Packers, Niners, we talked about a little bit. I guess we'll talk about maybe a little bit more in our preview of, I don't know, what to take away from that
Dolphins
game.
And Bills?
Alex saying the Packers look to be good.
Dolphins and Bills.
What are you guys talking about?
Jaguars are above 500.
I said the Texans are in the worst division in football.
Oh, and then you guys started.
And I've tried to say the AFC East was worse, but Dolphins and Bills, man. Dolphins and Bills. Much better than Texans and Colts.
Jaguars.
Yeah. Pass.
Three solid teams versus two. All but two playoff teams versus one.
Grant, can you just quickly just settle this? Who do you think is the worst?
They did not. That's stupid. Hot take, Evan. Stupid.
Who's the worst division in football?
I still think it's the NFC South.
NFC South, Alex.
But they made the divisional round.
They made the divisional round of the playoffs.
Yeah, but they beat a Philly team. No.
NFC East did not make the divisional round.
Only one?
No.
Well, the Giants are going to make it suck, so.
I guess we have what's left is the big drama game of Sunday night. Chiefs, Bills, just the gift that keeps on giving for drama. Say something? Yeah.
Yes, I would actually like to say something first. I had such a bad migraine last night. I did not watch the second half and everything that happened. I was just scoreboard watching it every 5-10 minutes, just checking the score, reading the text messages until I finally went to bed before the game was even over. I fell asleep.
Can I say something too? I did not catch much of the game because I got home right around halftime, and then I was just like buried in Twitter for Lions content, and then like glancing up when big plays happened.
I just have a general question for you guys.
I do love Josh Allen and everything he does. That's
great. Not really my question. Anyways,
you're gonna like my hypothetical then, Evan. You're gonna like my hypothetical.
He's my favorite quarterback because the way he runs the ball. My favorite quarterback.
Why do people honest, just football with the goggles on? We're looking at football performance, football only.
Yeah,
just football, nothing else.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes. Why?
Yeah,
do people continue to try to discredit him and act like he's not good? I don't get it. Can you guys tell me? Is he not that good? Is he not the best player in the NFL?
Alex, it's the favorite. It's the best play. The best.
Is he the best player in the league? Yes or no?
Yes, because he's the best player playing the most important position in the sport.
Now, tell me why people continue to tell me that he's not.
Okay, why do people hate LeBron?
Because he's goofy.
You're talking more about human psychology.
Yeah, because I need to know.
It's the same way. Everybody hates the best players in the league.
All right,
Everybody hates the best players in the league.
Second question.
Mahomes is annoying, though.
Why do people hate Sidney Crosby? Because he's been so good for so long. Because people don't like dynasties. People don't like players winning. People don't like winning. That's what it is.
Second question.
People can't just tip their cap and appreciate the thing that they're supposed to do the most over everybody is win. And he's doing it, and they just hate him for it.
Yeah, that disappoints me.
I gotta clip that, Evan. Also, that was good stuff right there.
That's a great way to say it.
Social media doesn't help that now there's some side effects. He has an annoying-ass brother. He has an annoying-ass wife. Okay, so that automatically is going to play into the whole, okay, we hate this guy because of XYZ.
Okay.
Off-the-field stuff.
Second question. The Chiefs have been pretty good now for 6 years or so, I think. I think he's never missed the AFC Championship game in his career. As a starter.
Finally won more playoff game. Check that mark.
That's a crazy stat. Crazy stat. Starts equals AFC Championship.
Six.
Well, he missed. You said as a starter. Did you say as a starter?
As a starter.
Okay, thank you.
So that's six seasons, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the Chiefs...
Well, Alex, actually, question before you finish this. Does the NFL 2020 season count, just like you say the 2020 college football season doesn't count?
There were fans in the NFL.
For the playoffs?
There were fans all season that year.
Kansas City had
not all season.
50% all year.
Yes, KC had 50% fans all season.
All right.
So
And
does
the Super
NFL
Bowl
count
was-
more than the college? Does the NFL count more than college?
Yes. You can argue it doesn't
So their
count.
season counts?
It's not relevant to this question.
Actually, it is because it won't be 8 years in a row. There'd be an asterisk to break up. It'd be
It
whatever,
counts.
3 and 4.
Didn't they win the Super Bowl that year?
8
They
years
didn't
in a row.
even win the Super
We
Bowl.
can
Bucs won
say
the
everything
Super Bowl.
counts.
Whatever.
It all counts.
Do you think?
Wait. No,
I think
that was
Florida had
2019.
full
Anyways,
attendance
doesn't
that
not,
year.
not,
I don't even know if they
Florida
won
had
the
full
Super Bowl that
attendance.
year.
They
Doesn't matter.
I think it was 2020.
Bucks did win that year.
No, because Bucs won before COVID.
No,
Right before COVID.
Chiefs won right before COVID against the Niners because we were on a plane from New York.
Okay,
Oh,
guys.
you're right. Thank you, Alex. You're right.
Don't
Thank you,
question
Alex.
my memory.
I'm dumb. Hand up. Good job, Alex.
So the Bucks won. So it doesn't even really matter.
Rams.
The question would be: so
2020.
6 years of dominance, maybe an asterisk, minimum 5.
No asterisk.
Do you
Chiefs won
think the
last year, right?
Chiefs are getting and winning these games and getting to this game because of the referees?
No.
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 Alex, it's no. I'm saying I'm just 100% no. I was thinking of my answer. Why I'm going to say no? It's the typical NFL. It's a typical lame ass fan excuse. Everybody's got to blame something other besides your team is just worse than the other team across from you. You got outcoached by a Hall of Fame coach. It's plain simple. Your quarterback's a little bit better. You have a little bit better athletes. You're not as injured.
I don't.
XYZ.
I just really get bothered that people hate when teams win and then they just come up with excuses of why they shouldn't have won every single year. And then they do it 6 years in a row and people are still sitting here acting like, oh, they only won because the refs and, oh, it's rigged. The refs want this to happen. So that's why Kansas City's going to go to the Super Bowl again. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard and I can't stand it. And it's every single year, every year.
Revert back to Evan's rant and just all plays into that.
It's
Just
annoying,
people can't
dude.
comprehend and they don't. Well, now that I'll tell you this, now that we're good, we're sick, and I watched Cam Sutton grab out a Puka Nakua, or wherever it was on that third down. It's like, yeah, I'm never going to admit the refs helped us. That's just like when you're good, you're just like, no. Like my perspective has changed. 'Cause we got a huge call. Yeah, the Rams are saying the Lions got all the calls. No, we're just better.
Did
than
we
you.
did we
It
win that
changes.
game strictly because of that? No.
No. But that was the biggest
We
call,
won because
no
the
call of the game.
Rams couldn't score in the red zone.
We got a benefit from the refs in that play, and that's a fact.
Yes, but we didn't win the game or lose the game because of it.
Correct. It was a coin flip game. If they call it, we probably lose.
If that call
So,
happens
like
like the
this-
first
now you
quarter, we're
wanna
not
piss
talking
off-
about it.
I actually want to piss off more fans. It's just like GT was short. Michigan did not lose the game in that situation. They were still another play.
They lost the game because of-
overran Curtis Samuel.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
that's
they
correct.
also lost the play because didn't they fumble on the 1 yard line? and
Well,
fuck
Evan,
up
that's
bunch
a
of
little
times?
different.
Oh,
Well,
I said
not
they
to be
didn't.
biased.
Alex,
not to be biased.
I said they didn't lose a game there, but they could have won it if they just made it stop.
Yeah, not to
Correct.
be biased, but that was different because that could have been the last play of the game. Like there was nothing left that would have had to happen.
Michigan
if they stopped
didn't
them
win
short.
the game there, but they did not lose the game. In that
They did not lose the
situation.
game on that play.
They could have
Correct.
got a pick or a fumble the next play. Yes,
They
but
could have
boy,
won the game before they got
that
to that
sucked.
moment. My whole point is,
Correct.
I would like losers to stop acting like the Chiefs are good because of the referees. It's the dumbest take I've ever heard in my life. The NFL is not rigged. It's not rigged.
But that's sports.
Well,
Sports,
actually,
Alex.
all the NFL fans should really be mad at their own selves because they let Creed Humphrey fall to whatever it was, the second round, and he's now, I think, all pro center for him.
Yes, maybe be better. Maybe have better teams.
Just get good.
Get a Patrick
plain and simple.
Mahomes.
If we can't complain about refs, though, then we lose the 30% of sports.
Correct. True.
I'm fine with
So-
you
Alex, everybody else just
complaining.
sees Matt Nagy as the offensive coordinator. That's why the Chiefs are good. I'm not cheering for the Ravens. I'm cheering for Lamar's downfall every single chance I get.
Evan, you would be happy
I
to
gotta
know.
stick to it. I gotta stick to it.
I
Evil
defended
laugh.
you at the water cooler today. Someone told me that Lamar Jackson was the best quarterback in the NFL, and I went to bat to make sure that did not happen.
Well, that's because you're a Mahomes boy.
Well,
so you
Lamar-
had to.
Well,
That wasn't for
Lamar's
Evan. That
he's
was for
also not.
Mahomes.
He's also not the best quarterback in the NFL.
Lamar's only won 2 playoff games in his career, so like, how good can he be?
He's pretty good.
He's all right.
That's
lost my train of thought.
He's an
That's a
MVP
start.
twice.
Oh, yeah. Asterisk, Grant, not yet.
No,
Actually,
he
look up
won
his
it, I thought.
regular season stats this year. It's identical to Derek Carr. So tell me how much the MVP.
Derek Carr had an
actually
MVP. year.
Wait, with rushing stats, Evan, or just passing?
passing.
Ah,
passing.
Okay, that's
That is called making the stat you're
that's
on.
like taking that's like taking 1,000
Okay,
yards away receiving
take-
from McCaffrey. Like, look at his rushing stats.
Okay, take Lamar Jackson's stats and the New Orleans Saints quarterback stats. Combine them. So it doesn't really matter.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't
You
know
put
what you're
Derek Carr and Taysom Hill in the Ravens offense, and they're in the same situation.
saying.
I'm sick
no,
of
they're
everyone bitching about the Chiefs' downfall. That's the end of this argument.
Okay, Alex, my point. I finally thought of it. I finally remembered what I was going to say. This year, I don't think all the hate should be on Patrick Mahomes and saying, "Oh, the fans." But you have those sicko people that are out there, conspiracy theories, saying, "Why do you want the refs? If the NFL wants to rig it for the Chiefs, it wouldn't be for Patrick Mahomes. It'd be 100% for Taylor Swift." And
I
there's
like
no
that.
lie there.
I like that.
That would have
I also
more,
like.
that would have more
I like
backbone
it.
than like rigging it for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Look, call me a soft boy or whatever you want to call me, a loser, a wimp. I think the shots of the box with Jason Kelsey, especially, are entertaining
Dude,
as hell. I
That
love
was the
it.
first time we got Jason Kelsey in the box with Travis.
It's so exciting. It feels bigger than football when they shoot up there and he's just slamming beers with a
Shirtless.
shirt
Dude,
off.
it was awesome.
We all like Jason Kelsey. Every single football fan can get behind
Yes,
him, but
it was awesome.
this is
And
the first
Taylor's
time
hot,
Jason Kelsey.
What?
Yes, I would rather stare at Jason Kelsey downing beers than
It
stare at
was.
Taylor
It was
Swift.
funny. Why?
We know Evan hates
Why,
it.
man?
My only point is, it's just exciting. It's a nice twist of football.
Also, let me tell you, it is so much more enjoyable watching the playoffs when your team has already won. It's great. It is a great feeling.
Yeah,
You're like, oh yeah,
it is fun.
I actually have like a semi-rooting interest in the AFC Championship game this week. Never in my life has that happened. Pretty cool.
Yeah. My last two takes about big NFL were now that we've had success and I see like how intense the playoffs are, the Bills are the most tortured fan base in the country because all the losses they've had.
Grant,
So
to your
sad
question,
for him.
being a
who
Bills fan.
is Josh Allen? Josh Allen is somebody reborn.
Can I guess?
Compare it.
Yeah.
Can I guess?
Do you have a guess?
I have
yeah.
a guess.
Oh, I haven't go.
Yeah. If you get it, I'll be stunned. But maybe you can
What
figure it
sport?
out via clues.
What sport?
I can't tell you that.
Yeah, give us the sport.
I
Give
cannot
us the
tell you that.
sport.
No, it'll.
Give us
No,
a
no
sport.
more
Give
hints.
us the sport.
If I speak,
Okay, Grant, here's this. We each get a
if I
guess.
speak, I am in big trouble.
Grant, give us a guess, and then if we're both wrong, then give us a hint. Or give us the sport, and then we'll guess again.
No, I can't even. I can't even say any more, or else it'll
give
give
us
it
the
away.
sport. Dude.
Or if I'm going first, my guess is Dan Marino.
Okay, that's incorrect.
It's not. It's not football. I know it's not.
How do you know that?
Who's always been blue balled out of the championship, Alex? Who was it?
Tom Izzo.
Grant's an NBA guy. Don't guess hockey. It's an NBA guy.
Tom Izzo
Izzo,
going
talk
to
about
9 Final
bias,
Fours
Alex.
and not only winning one.
He won one though.
I know.
He won one.
It's got to be.
I actually love my take too. I'm
gotta
workshopping it, and I think it
be-
has traction.
Oh my God, it's John Vierline.
Ew.
No.
Is it like a local person?
No, it's
All right,
national.
give us the sport.
It's not 100% obvious. No, I can't.
What do you mean? Let us guess.
Oh my gosh,
Give your
it's Brad
guess.
Stevens. Brad Stevens ever win a national championship?
No, it's not
Oh.
a coach. It's a player.
In what league?
Brad
Oh.
Stevens, the player.
It's not a coach. I guess.
Oh, I
can't
got
say
it.
anyone.
I got it. This is too easy. It's Chris Paul.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
good guess.
That's a good guess. It's a really good guess.
Can you
I
just
had it.
You guys
That
aren't
was-
gonna like it
can you
now.
just give us the
You guys
sport?
aren't gonna like it now. I know.
Actually, you have to
No,
give your
I'm
guess
gonna
and then
tell
you
you
give
what
us
it
the
is.
sport. Guess.
All right. Here's a hint. If I give you the sport, it'll be so obvious. So I can't give you the sport.
Because it's college football. He's
No.
Ryan Day.
I love how everything is just like our world. Okay,
It's
I'm gonna
gotta-
tell you who
No,
it
give
is.
us the
It is.
sport and let us
Everything is
guess.
our world.
No, it's
Just
so
give us the
obvious.
sport and
if I
see
give
if
you
we
I've
can get
given
it.
like 5 guesses. So
No, because I want to drop the name on you and
Oh,
let
it's
your
Ricky
brain
Fowler.
simmer. No,
it's Phil Mickelson in the U.S. Open.
it's Phil Mickelson. It is Phil Mickelson. I think he's Phil Mickelson. I think Josh Allen is Phil Mickelson. I think he would be an all-time
Going
great,
multiple
but he's just in
majors,
the generation. He's just in. I know, but
Won
how you
multiple
view,
division titles. Well, that's
Not the same as a
you
Masters
still-
jacket.
how you view
Phil,
Phil
he doesn't wear
is
around
like, what-
town.
I think it's a bad comparison. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I thought some people might. I'm still workshopping it, but I think in general, the essence of Josh Allen is you look at Phil like, what if Tiger wasn't around? What if Patrick Mahomes didn't exist? Josh Allen would be in the conversation as the best of all time because he'd be winning those games that they're losing.
every year.
He does have that loss to Joe Burrow, but if you look at it's really all Mahomes, and he just can't get over that hump in the playoffs.
You know why? Because Mahomes is pretty good at football.
Yeah, he's Tiger Woods of the generation.
That's fair comparing Tiger and Mahomes. I get that one. You could argue it was early Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. But he won. He won.
Eventually,
Two
Josh Allen
Super
still
Bowls.
can. Josh Allen's not dying.
Mm-hmm. No, but right now, he's Phil Mickelson to me.
Gambling addict. Nice.
Chris Paul feels like
Transition
a good one.
now into... Yeah, actually is a good one. I'm good pull from
Only
the
made the
brain.
finals once.
Just a reminder, before we get into the preview, if you're listening this far, please share it with a friend, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Let's get into the preview of San Fran. We can keep
Breaking
it quick
news.
because
It's not breaking news. Sorry.
Liar.
Jeremy Fierce's brother committed to Illinois.
No,
Aw.
I saw that earlier today.
I
Not to
didn't
say
see
you're
that.
late or anything, but I saw that
Don't play
earlier
for
today.
Brad Underwood. Gross.
Didn't want to play for us, Evan. Doesn't want to be in his brother's spotlight.
That's such a lame ass
He
excuse.
wants to be the guy.
Evan,
I thought he
my
was going to go to Providence. All right. Tangents. We got to work on that.
My first point of this game is some would say targeted at Evan. Some would say it's taking a shot across Evan's bow.
Sit back
I
and
think the
relax
first key
then.
to this game is to pound the rock at Chase Young's face. Just run
Uh-huh.
at him 25 times because
Oh my gosh!
Someone-
the biggest thing of the story of the entire
No.
game. Did our boy play?
Tangents.
Did our boy play?
Grant and I
Who?
already discussed this
Oh,
on Friday
Houston?
night because we knew this would happen. So we're moving on.
yeah,
Did our boy play?
I warned Evan Friday or Alex Friday. This is what happened. He did not. James Houston did not play. I saw Dan. So what they did was they had to activate him, but then Dan said the next day, like he's probably not going to play because his window was up. So if
Correct.
they didn't activate him, he'd be out for the year. I did not know that when they activated him. I thought we were good. We were green light. But now looking back, I wouldn't have gotten excited because I just simply didn't know. So we wasted a day of talking in the chat because I didn't know
He's
he was
been
going
full
to play.
We
practice.
almost lost our friendship that day.
No, we didn't. You're just
Oh,
your take was dramatic, and that's enough from you. Your takes this
well,
week
it
were
actually was not dramatic because he did not help us win that Tampa Bay game.
It was very clear, Evan, that you had snow days this week. That is all I'll say. You were making some spicy takes.
I don't think they were that spicy. I think they were like
Key to the game this week: newly signed tight end Zach Ertz, star player.
Alex.
I will say
That is
this
so
though, about
It was a joke.
Evan's take. Evan's take is I think James Houston could easily be better than Chase Young fast. Because someone screenshotted what Chase Young's stats have been since that first game he got signed, and boy, does Buddy not tackle. He does not tackle people.
Not good for your argument, Evan. No words
Doesn't like
from
playing on
him.
grass.
We just gotta run at him.
Chase Young doesn't like playing on grass.
Correct.
We'll see.
I asked him about it.
Good to know.
Good thing they're on grass.
But yeah, I know. Like no joke. I actually think we should run at him. I was watching. He got blocked by a wide receiver on Green Bay, like
He got
one on one.
cracked.
He got
Cracked
blocked
back
by.
a couple times, but I mean, Grant, what are you gonna do on those?
And Aiden Hutchinson got blocked by Connor Hayward in the biggest game of that year. And what happened?
College. We can't talk about college.
Scored 5 touchdowns that game. Oh my gosh! It all comes back full circle.
Hutchinson,
Okay,
so I
pretty
like
good.
that.
San Francisco preview. I'm nervous. I'm
The re-
like, this is the one.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that we talked about. Like basically all year, this is like they're basically they're the best team in the football.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, they're
I have a
really
question.
good.
And I
It's
think
not
the
gonna be
rain
easy.
dramatically changed that game.
I think this question
Yeah.
will tell us everything we need to know about how we're feeling.
Okay.
Do you guys think it's more likely we get blown out or more likely we win?
Oh,
What's a blowout?
Let's say 14. plus.
Well, that's not a blowout.
14 plus.
I think it's more
14,
likely,
but
I think
like
it's more
doesn't
likely
feel
that we win.
close. Like, they go up early, like
I don't see
14-3, and then
as
we
a
kind
blowout, Alex.
of, I don't know. If you saw like 31-17, you'd be like, ugh.
Deebo Samuel playing
Yes.
in this hypothetical? I think it's
Alex,
more likely
31-17.
that.
Are we
I
more
mean, that's
likely
like
to
the
lose
line
by
for the
double
base-
digits or win the football game? How about?
They were more likely to win the football game than get blown out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are more
But
confident than I
could see-
expected.
But, I mean, we lose by 10 points. That I could see that. I could see
All right,
that.
what's more likely? We lose the football game.
Yes. Okay. That's the most likely. That's the most likely
Sorry,
outcome.
back up. We lose the game by double digits, or we have the ball at the end of the game with a chance to win. Not saying we win, but we have a chance in the fourth quarter. Last
That's the
possession.
most likely outcome.
Are we more likely to be
The
in the
very
game with
last
the
possession
final
of the game.
final possession, or not? You think we'll be in it at the very end of the game? Do you think we'll be in the game with 2 minutes left? When we hit the 2-minute warning, are we still thinking we can win the football game?
Ew.
Start of the fourth quarter, yes. I don't know what will
I
transpire
don't
from
know.
there.
I don't know.
Like, I was just trying to get a temperature check on you guys. You think that when we're
I
at
don't
2-minute
know.
warning, are we down 3 points with the football? Like, hold on to your butts. Like, it's going to be crazy. Or are we
I see
down
two
10?
different. I see two.
I see two
All right,
different.
not to jump
I see
the-
two different
not-
outcomes.
Me too. And I was thinking about my predictions and not to jump the gun, but like if I have two different scores in my head, like one like deep down gut the whole year, what should I trust, and now Kool-Aid Grant over the last 2 weeks. I don't want this ride to end prediction, and they're just battling.
So
in my mind.
in your head, your brain is telling you we're going to lose the football game. Your heart,
31
the
to
heart
20,
is telling you we're going to win or be close.
28-27
Okay.
Lions. Gut like brain 31-20 Niners. Heart 28-27 Lions.
There's no chance we win by double
That's where I'm
digits,
at.
right?
No. Well,
Yeah, I'd say no.
10. We could win by 10.
Didn't beat the Rams or Bucs by double digits.
One moment.
So can't imagine we'd beat the Niners on the road.
Well, but it's more the double digits thing is like, how does it? Are you up by a
You know what I
field
mean?
goal
Though?
and
I'm
they throw a
not
pick
saying like
six
it ends like they score in the last play of the game to win by 10. I'm saying are we down double digits and they're taking knees? It's over.
No, I don't think we're going to control the game from start to finish and just like destroy
No,
them.
we're not. We're not.
No.
Is the
You
crowd
are
a
going to be
factor?
losing at one point in this game. No, the crowd is not a factor.
It sounded
I mean,
loud
I'm
against
just
Green
saying
Bay,
we've
and it was
we've
terrible
been
weather.
chilling at home, so
We're a great road team, though, so I'm not worried about that. If that's your question, we're like arguably Rich Eisen, I think, said the best road team in the NFL, and I think he made a good point. We just win big games on the road, except for the Ravens, but that was a 1 p.m. kick,
what
so
we
it's not a
also
big
have
game.
going
That was not
for
prime
us
time.
is our fans have traveled
Against the Bears.
significantly. 1 o'clock game doesn't matter.
Yeah, but flights are like $5,000. I don't know
Chargers
if the
was a
auto
1
strike
o'clock
is going to
game.
pay that well.
they
local
won
time.
that game.
Not a big game though.
Not a big game, but they won.
Saints game, local, 1 o'clock. Not a big game.
Here's my biggest schematic thing that I'm worried about
There's a few.
is that they showed during the Green Bay game, they showed that how they were doing well against them, throwing to the outside. And they said San Fran is like the best pass defense against throws across the middle. And that's all we do. That's all we throw, really, is passes in the middle of the field. Because of their great linebackers that haven't touchdown. I'm a little bit worried how that's going to happen. But then I also saw a stat that made me feel a little bit better. As in an ESPN breakdown of the game, they said the Niners are like the best defense in the league at stopping explosive, like 20-yard plus plays, but they're a little bit vulnerable to throws underneath. And we'd like to take throws underneath. So I don't know how that's going to work out in the course of the game, but this could be then maybe an outside JMO shot.
We have the
way I
lowest
see this
deep ball
game
rate
is
in
that
the
we're
league.
yeah, and then maybe this is where we get outside ourselves with the talent of JMO, but I think we have to have explosive touchdowns like Michigan versus Ohio State at the Horseshoe. I know Alex hates when I bring everything in McCray, bring everything back
But
to
that's all
Michigan
you guys
football,
do.
but that's the type of game we need to have. Well, that's what I know. That's winning football that
It's
I know.
college
I don't
football.
think we can have sustained. I don't think we can have like 10 play 75 yard, 8-minute drives.
I
against this
disagree.
Defense.
I think
Wow.
that we can control the clock and run it down their sorry ass throats all game long. And that's what I want to do. And I want to control the clock, grind it out, and win in a grinder type way. I
You're gonna do what
know
to her?
for a fact that our defense cannot listen. They held on. They did a great job against the Rams in the red zone. They did okay against the Bucs. This is a completely different animal. They have the best running back in the league. They have 2 top 20 receivers. They have the best left tackle in the league.
Nope. Well, yeah, left tackle. I'm sorry.
Left Grant.
Yes. Right.
And they have a top 4 tight end in the league. We have Vildor back there and Cam Sutton, who's now been
he played
burnt
like-
deep 2 weeks in a row. So if we get in a track meet with them, like they're going to score every time.
But CJ said that Debo sucks already, so I feel good about that. He said he can't run routes, and I'll check.
That's
you on
great.
That. So I feel good. There. Here's a prediction.
Tickets as
Here's a
low as
prediction.
$17. The are we doing
For what? MSU?
for the NFC Championship game?
That's not right. I looked today at $7.50 to get in.
According to Vivid Seats on ESPN, $17.
Well, that's fake news, as Trump would
fake
say.
news, Evan. I
not a
looked today
political
'cause I was
podcast.
like, maybe.
Fake news. It's $7.50 minimum.
So if I buy this ticket
Minimum.
right now that says $18 each for,
Yeah, you're not gonna get it.
buy them.
so I could sue ESPN and Vivid Seats.
Yes, you should buy. You should
I don't
honestly
think
buy
so.
those.
They probably have language. What was I gonna say?
You're,
Else
you're
it'd be a
saying
waste
that we
of-
should grind it and pound it
Prediction.
down their throat.
No.
that's
Well,
what
yes. Here's
you
a
said.
stat.
You said
to
their sorry ass throat.
Yeah, maybe cut
two sides of the coin, Alex. Two sides of the coin on this one. It was encouraging as a Lions fan to see Aaron Jones have a great game and go for over 100 yards, but they also flashed another stat that made me very nervous. It was the first time in like 50 games that they've let a 100-yard rusher up. And I'm like, I think this may have been the outlier, not the what we can
Reminder: the
expect
Packers
against
have
them.
had the number 1 offense in the NFL since the last 7 weeks, so they were juggernaut lately.
That doesn't make me feel better about what
It
I'm
shouldn't.
talking about.
It
Then.
should
That
make you
makes-
feel worse. I'm not going to sugarcoat this.
Like, so I
On
think the-
paper, this is a very bad matchup for us. It's not a good matchup for us.
But it's not for anyone. So it's not like
It's
we're
not. Yeah,
in a
we're not
minority
like a
here.
bad football team. That's not what I'm saying. But like, if we just turn our hearts off for a second and look at this schematically, it's an uphill battle, and we're gonna need bounces to go our way. The only thing I think that we can capitalize on defensively is that Brock Purdy has small hands, and I've never thought he was that good at quarterback. And if you can make him make a mistake, see what happens. I think our offense will score points.
Yeah, I think a big thing for me too is when it comes to the defense, my game plan would be daring Brock Purdy to beat me.
I would blitz
I wrote
all
this
game
down.
long.
I would have Brian Branch in the box, like tasked to like CNC, like the way he blew up that run against Rashad White for 4 yards. I would have him on so many blitzes. I know he's going to have to cover like slot receivers and whatnot, which they have good ones. It's a bad matchup, but I would take the risk of stacking the box. And it does help us that Hutch typically rushes from the left. So he's not going to be going against Trent Williams. He's going to be going against whoever their right tackle is. And basically you just have to give up the left, if you're looking at the quarterback, the right side of the line. Like we're not going to get any pressure from that side unless Houston magically can play and like dip under Trent Williams, which I don't think is going to happen. But I feel like just watching Purdy play, I don't think he does well rolling to his left. So if we can collapse him and force him left, I feel like that's our best chance in this entire game is stop the run and force him left.
Yeah. We haven't stopped the run the last 2 weeks, even though we've been doing it all year. And this is once again just a completely different animal.
What do you mean? I feel like we've done good against the run.
No,
in the
no, we've
playoffs.
not.
Let me go look at the stats. I was trying if I can prove you wrong.
We haven't.
And like under 100 yards to me is stopping.
I mean,
the
if you
run.
just look at yards per carry by these teams. Now, the thing is, like, every offense we've played is like, we know that their pass defense is dog shit and we can throw the ball 40 times for 400 yards. So they do it. But both teams ran the ball effectively against us. But more effective than anybody had all season, really.
The Bucs did better than the Rams looking back, but yeah.
I mean, there was multiple like 7-yard gains where like earlier in the year, if you're relying on a team to just strictly pass against you, you're going to maybe force a turnover too. You can get away with that. But if they can run the ball too, which I'm just going to be fully honest, I believe that San Francisco will be able to run the football against us. It could turn into a nightmare fast if our offense can't keep up. What?
After seeing what Kate Otten did, I also feel very nervous about Kittle,
crazy.
Considering how good we made Kate Otten looked. So you might have to double Kate Otten's stats if we don't clean it up.
That's why I think you have to grind it out and limit possessions like Evan hates about the NFL. I think you need to do that because I think they're going to score at will.
If we do that, who do you trust more, Ben Johnson or Kyle Shanahan?
It's an uphill battle from the beginning, Evan.
The good thing is,
I don't feel good about really any matchup.
Alex, if this was a college football game, we would win this strictly because our quarterback is better than their quarterback.
Yes, but unfortunately, these are grown-ass
the best quarterback in the game, which is good. All right, here's something too. I also think this could just be one of those games you saw at the end of the first half with how passive Kyle Shanahan was. There's a world though where we go in like Kansas City and we just go balls to the wall and go for it on 4th down and we just shock the Niners how aggressively and chaotic we're playing and we sneak one out.
I do believe that our best chance to win is just to be like how we played against the Packers last season at the end of the season, how we played against the Chiefs, like just knowing like no one thinks you're going to win, so just throw the fucking kitchen sink at them and see what happens. Fake punts, dude. I really don't care if we just go balls to the wall and just try our best.
You go down, swing, try it all.
JMO flea flicker.
Let's just be completely honest with ourselves. It's not a good matchup. It's not.
No, their defense is 10 times better than ours.
Their offensive line is better than ours.
Our offense is
the only way we can generate
about toe to toe.
The only way that we're going to be able to generate pass rush is blitzing.
Our offense is on par with theirs.
Because if we only rush 4, Brock Purdy's going to get rid of the ball too fast.
Yeah,
that's what he did all year. If he gets the ball out quick, he's fine. But if he has to sit there and hold it, he loses a little bit luster.
We need Melifonwu blitzes. We need Brian Branch blitzes.
We need the greatest game plan of all time. That's what we need. We need an AG masterclass.
We need to tackle better than we did against Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Tackled good enough on the game. I do think, though, that those just good enough performances the last 2 weeks is not even remotely going to get it done. Play like the last 2 weeks, we're losing.
I think this is...
But Alex, those were
a Jack Campbell game.
Playoff games where those two teams are giving their best. We are giving our best, and it's NFL football. Anybody can beat anybody.
Get to play the spoiler role. The underdog role.
Underdog, pressure's off, house money, all the cliches.
Truly is.
Like you said.
Got to go on the road, good weather. Been playing in good weather. San Francisco did not last week.
It sucks that San Francisco struggled last week because if they would have blown out Green Bay, you might catch them sleeping. They're going to be wide awake for this game.
I'll tell you
That's what I wrote down.
Deebo Samuel being
out.
No
two clunkers in a row.
We need Frank Ragnow at his best.
I can't believe
Frank Ragnow is our MVP.
He has one leg, but yeah, he's battling.
I think he's going to play.
Oh, he'll play. He's a crazy man.
I think he probably should wear a knee brace this week. Just FYI, that's just me though.
Don't care how he gets it done.
Yeah, we'll have to see with Deebo. We know confirm from Dan's mouth. He's very honest. Jonah Jackson's not going to play in this game.
Surgery today.
And Brock Wright's not going to play in this game. That's why we signed Ertz.
Ertz
Jonah
is scoring
a bigger deal.
A 6-yard touchdown on 2nd and goal.
I don't think Ertz is going to play that much of a role in this game.
No, I think they'll just have a special package for him in the goal line where Laporta and Ertz are in, and he'll catch a touchdown pass. I just see
Evan,
it.
When you say that, do you mean stats or snaps? He might play a lot of snaps.
I don't see him playing a lot of snaps.
He's not going to be able to get the installs fast enough.
All we have is Laporta and Anthony Fursker. Are we just going to roll Anthony Fursker out there and say do the job?
He was at the end of the game against Tampa.
Yeah, but I think maybe that's why we got
How fast
I
can
don't
Ertz
know.
learn
The
the
sad thing is,
offense?
Grant, how much I want to say this, you'll probably see Kumbinda a little bit more than you'll see.
Goodness ass.
And you'll probably
bro.
see Zach Ertz.
All right, so here's numbers. Brock Wright
I would
and
love to
Fursker
see
combined for.
Ertz is
I
a
would
good
love to see
football
Zach
player.
Ertz, but I just it's just crazy to me. I know NFL guys, it's their job; they have to learn everything. But some situations, like install periods and everything, like you just rely on play script. Okay, we went over this play 6 weeks ago. Well, shit, Zach, you weren't here. Like I get our tight end coach coached him last year, but there are
They're just going to put him in a couple packages. You just got to learn like two sets.
Yeah, but we can't run those packages 24/7, Alex. Or we have to
Well, that's why Laporta plays. If you can just get him like into 4 sets, and then he can learn those,
Alex,
and that's it. And then Laporta plays.
Jahmyr Gibbs plays 36% of the snaps. You really expect Zach Ertz to play any more than that?
Gibbs is very capable of playing 100%. We just have some weird dying obsession with Montgomery.
All right, well here's the numbers. Here's the numbers. This maybe Fursker plays them, but
freaking Sam Laporta
Fursker and
should not come off the field.
But he's
Fursker
hurt.
and Wright combined for over 50% of our snaps because we do 2 tight ends all the time. So either Ertz is going to be out
Ertz
there
is playing 25%,
50% of the time,
guaranteed.
or Furker's playing 50%, or Ertz is, or they're splitting like 25-25. I don't know.
25,
we do 2
25.
tight ends a
Ertz
lot.
is going to be in a goal line package and score a touchdown.
I'm saying I would love to see it. It's just mind blowing that we signed him today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 days install.
So he
6 days.
probably
Unless
it's not
we
5
think
days,
11 personnel
Alex.
is a better
For
matchup.
him.
It's travel day. It's walkthrough.
It's him sitting on his iPad 24 hours a day, or he's not a Detroit Lion. That's what he's going to be doing. He's going to sit there. He's going to
Sweet
learn.
to sign him for a 1-year deal next year too.
Might as well keep him. It'd be nice to have Ertz and Laporta.
And maybe they do the film study and 11 personnel is better for us in this matchup and you see less of it. But if they go by what they did last week, we did 2 tight ends at least 50% of the time. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Here's a question for you guys that we did this weekend that was crazy, and that not crazy, but you never see it. And the Packers tried it against the Niners. If we win the toss, are we taking the ball again
No,
after what happened
please
against
do
the
not.
Bucs?
Please do not.
Defer.
I am so anti take the ball.
But Alex, to your point about the game flow, if you could put together a nice drive and milk clock,
Well, that's what
the
we tried to
ideal
do
start.
against
I would
Tampa,
rather
and then we went 3 and out.
Correct, but what if we get it right
It's
this
too
time?
much
and it
risk.
works?
Grant, I would rather
It's a glory play.
Grant, I would rather get it right in the second half.
Yes, you come
Because
out in the
I
second
did the
half and
same thing.
score when you're down 14 to make it a 7-point game.
Second half, because then you're limiting their possessions in the second half.
You got to defer.
All right, but let me play the
Lions had 4
doomsday
possessions in
though.
the second half for
You have to
Rams.
defer,
I cannot
Grant.
get that out of my brain. 4 possessions.
Doomsday, you defer. Niners go on a 8-minute drive, then we go 3 and out. You're thinking game's over.
I'm thinking we get the ball at half, even if we're down 14. That is honestly what I'm thinking.
Get it to 1 possession game at halftime.
Even if you're down 2 possessions at halftime, you're scoring right out of the jump, and it's boom, it's a 1 possession game.
Well, Ben Johnson track record, first possession out of the year.
We're the worst third quarter team in the entire history of the world. But
I don't think
anyways,
Ben Johnson scored a touchdown out of the the first drive out of the third quarter. The entire.
I think we did against the Ravens. Shockingly,
No, I don't think
our only points because I was sucked back in. I was like, "We have a chance." That's probably not true. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love the matchup, but I will sit there and hope for the best. And you have to remember, because I've told everybody all year, it's the NFL and anything can happen. But this is the conference championship game, and craziness is less likely to happen in that.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that I'm Ben Johnson, like he has all year, outsmarts us all. But on paper, this feels like a Jahmyr Gibbs game. You need someone fast. They haven't seen a runner like him since Lamar Jackson. And I just think he's a different shot of speed that we need to throw out in this game. And 36% of the snaps is not enough like he played last week. He needs 20 plus touches.
Jonah's on the left side.
Yeah.
Yep. It's going to be Awasika, however
And
you pronounce
Taylor
it. It's going to
Decker.
be the guard.
With Bosa.
Yeah. Bosa and Norm. No, yeah, but he lines up over there. And then Javon Hargrave in the middle.
It's a
I
bad
got some
matchup,
boys.
dude. And
There's
Jared,
no doubt.
Jared has no mobility to get out of situations.
No, did you guys see it? That what went around during the week? The Rams posted Cooper Kupp's 2016 highlights, and Jared was so mobile back in 2016. It was crazy.
How did he
not so mobile, but
get
compared to what
this
he's now,
point? He's like Peyton Manning's.
I don't know, but
Alex, we scored
I saw
6
Lions
points
fans
against the
quote
Ravens.
tweeting.
No, it was
Do you think we scored a touchdown at the start of this?
We went for 2.
Sorry. 3:31 left in the game. We did.
All right. It was a Gibbs touchdown.
that's why we're rooting for the Chiefs.
Yeah. No, we don't want to. We don't want to play that.
Your guys' predictions for this game?
Alex, we're halfway through the season and we still haven't scored a touchdown on the first possession in the second half.
Yeah, I believe you haven't. Yeah, I'm just going to be just fully transparent. This doesn't mean I'm not rooting for the Lions. Don't want people to get their pickle in a twist there, but 31.
Don't do it.
I'm just going to be fully honest. I think we lose 31-14. I don't want that to happen, but like
No.
I just
So you are going to cry if we win because you're going to stun you.
I see the path of how we're going to win the game. I see the path of how it's 24-14 and they score a touchdown and then it's over.
It would just happen 3 out of 10 times.
If we played
this game was played.
this team 10 times, I think we win. Yeah, 3 times.
2.5. maybe.
Realistically, 2. I was trying to be
3.
nice.
It's the NFL. Evan, your score prediction?
Score prediction.
They're hungry too, dude. They lost
San
last
Francisco
year.
33, Lions 26.
Oh, that's close. That's
Ugh.
close.
Good offense today.
I don't see it, man.
My on the record one is 28-27 Lions, but my deep down one is 31-29ers.
So
It's the one team I said all year. It's the one team I said all year the Lions can't
it's
beat.
the best team in the NFL.
Them and the Ravens were the two that I just thought,
This is the Niners'
Those
third
teams are
straight
but-
conference championship game. They're not going to lose 3 in a row.
but we
Are
have the
they?
best receiver in the game.
We do.
Is it the first time at
We
home?
have
What did they do 2 years ago?
2 years away.
as good of a tackle as on the other side. We have the best center in the game.
Listen, our offense
We
matches up
have-
no problem.
We have
Better center. We have a just as good of a tackle. We have just as good at wide receivers. We have just as good or better tight end.
It's really
Our
what it
defense
is.
is
Is
peaks, bro.
Can I suggest something? We need to send JMO on deep balls against Ambry Thomas. and
Ambry
get
Thomas'
some, because
ass.
That dude was an absolute
3.
liability. Yeah. So that needs to be written into the report.
We need like a big play. We need a JMO against the Saints, JMO
4.
against the Bucs.
Holy
I'm
shit!
saying
3 games
explosive
in a row, bro.
touchdowns.
Or a
Explosive
Brian
touchdowns.
Branch pick 6 like against the Chiefs. We need something like that to happen for us to have a chance.
If we don't run a hard play action or flea flicker post play to
A
JMO, then
Jared
we're
Goff
not
flipping
serious.
his hips to Khalif
Jones
Raymond
touchy,
at
that is
Lambeau. We
touchy.
need something like that to happen.
A reverse to
Throw it to
JMO.
DeAndre Swift and let him lateral
Something.
it on 3rd down for a first down. Like, you have to get crazy.
Dude, I do think Ben Johnson might be saving a lot because our play calling hasn't been like insane. Like some plays have been fancy.
We've been
but
meat and potatoes.
I feel like he's
lately.
got a lot in that brain. Yeah, I think it's ready. I think it's time. We need that tight end play to Laporta that the Niners copied
If there was
us on.
ever a time,
Run that puppy.
to get in your Duffy, Ben, in your final, potentially last game as a Detroit Lion, please do it for us. Please.
And if our team does this and they go poorly, I myself need to not get mad at Ben because I'm acknowledging that we do need to get creative
Now,
to
final
get some points
question.
in this game, I think.
We lose the game.
That Amon-Ra Enderon's going to hit like crack.
We lose the football game.
Yes.
Are you guys going to be disappointed, SOLing? Like, or
No,
like,
I
are we
will
going to
not
be honest
SOL.
with ourselves
No.
and that this was a great football season?
I'm going to be honest with ourselves. It's been a great run.
Okay. I don't want to see the SOLs come out on Sunday if we lose.
If we blew like a 21
Fine.
point lead, then
Fine.
I probably would say it.
Fine.
Yes.
If we should win the game and we blow it, I fully expect everyone to be upset.
Yeah.
But if we just lose because they're a better football
It just
team,
depends
like,
on how we lose.
tip your cap. We're building our team the same
Yeah,
way as
we need to
them.
grow.
We just have to now work on the defense.
We need to grow up as a fan base. We're on the big boy
We're
table.
winners
We
now.
need to act like it.
We are raising our
Yes.
Final Four banner.
We're aware of the heartbreak that comes with a loss at this stage. We've never experienced it before, but we're aware of it.
Holy shit, dude. I'm going to be a ball of nerves on Sunday. It's going to be terrible. I'm going to throw up.
Do chores.
Actually, you need to watch
you
it
have a
with
game in
somebody.
front of it.
You need like a
I can't.
support
I'm a
animal.
psychotic freak watching. If
You need a
someone
support
like put a
animal.
time lapse on me Sunday, it was criminal. My behavior was criminal.
If somebody put a time lapse video of me on Sunday, they would like question my fandom of sports.
Luke
'Cause how
Coaches
freaking
starts for
lackluster my energy was.
Cincinnati. Your guy.
Yeah, probably.
That's
Cincinnati.
Huh?
crazy. I did not expect to see that today.
Why, the fact that you have Cincinnati hoops on
Cincinnati
your
at
TVs.
Kansas.
That's where we end the show. Just an
College
update. The latest rumor, Harbaugh is probably going to be a Charger. Allegedly, per Chris Ballas, so take it with a grain of salt, his wife is flying with him to LA for this interview. So
His
it's
wife
probably
wanted to
signing a
move back to the
contract
West
more than an
Coast for a
interview.
long time now.
I'm also
It's
a
over,
firm
guys.
believer that
Jimmy's gone.
you don't need to interview a coach like Jim
No.
Harbaugh twice.
They're
You either
talking-
know you want
they're
him after
talking
the first one,
contracts.
or so I think he's signing.
Yeah.
So
Although Bill Belichick interviewed
That's
with
my
the
only
Bill
Falcons
Belichick's
twice.
been interviewing for the. Yes.
I know it's insulting. Like, why you don't need to interview that guy twice? Like, what are we
He
talking
made
about?
it to the second round of interviews. He passed the first
Crazy.
body check.
He doesn't even need to interview with anybody.
I'd be so pissed if I was him. I'd be like, this is so
Oh,
waste
I
of my
don't blame
time.
him though.
I mean,
Either
Like,
one,
Bill,
you
you're not
know.
allowed to touch the offense.
like Bill.
That's true.
I'm
Or
hiring
GM.
you, see.
Like,
Or
you're not going to
GM.
be a GM. Yeah.
Ben Johnson.
All right. That's the show. We'll save the Wings for a different time. Hopefully they keep winning. We just went almost 2 hours again, so we have no time for them. But I see you.
The
Red
conference
Wings.
championship week.
Let's go Lions. It's a conference championship Sunday.
The Lions are playing.
Wow. Championship
Wow.
Sunday.